The Spanish squat is one of my go-to knee-friendly exercises. When your knees are feeling a bit funky, but you still want to work the quads, give this variation a go. So we're going to use a band. Now the beautiful thing is we can use a light band, heavy band, depending on where you're at, depending how much resistance you need. All we're going to do is chuck it around a pole, and then we're going to step through the band like so, and have the band on the inside or the back of the knee here. And make sure it's not twisted or getting caught in your hair like this. And I want you to have the anchor point of the band, or essentially have this in the same line, the back of the knee and the pole here, or where it's fixed to the pole, in the same line. Then what we're going to do, and again you can dial this up or make it less intense depending on how bad the knees are at the moment. So you can take a step back so there's a bit of tension, and now initially what you want to do is keep the knees in the same line as the feet, so that as we go down it becomes kind of closer to a 90-degree bend. Initially, avoid the knees traveling forward. If your knees are fine with it and there's no problem, of course we can be back further and let the knees bend like this. But like I said, if we're using this variation, probably our knees are a little bit sensitive at the moment, so we're going to make it nice and easy for them by being a little bit closer to the pole and allowing ourselves to sit back like this. Now, why we're doing this is so there's less shearing force, the tendons and connective tissue don't have to work as hard. The further we go with the knees over toes, it's not wrong, that's what the knees are supposed to do, but if they're a bit upset, if the connective tissue is a bit upset, they might not like that position. So this is a way for us to still be able to work the quads without being in a knees over toes position, right? And this resistance as well here gets a little bit of bonus quad contraction. So as I'm coming down, I'm also pushing this band back a little bit. Of course, to make ourselves balanced, I have to actually tip forward from the hips, which means I'm going to get glutes, but that's not a bad thing. The main thing is I'm still getting this knee bend here and the quads are working. So initially, what you could do is just go for an isometric. Hold this for time, 30 to 60 seconds, sets of that. If this is easy, obviously we can go lower as well, depending on how the knees feel that day, how much quad stimulus we're getting, right? And if the isometric, so the holding position is okay, then we can turn this into reps, where we can come down, smooth up all the way, right? We can even add a pause at the bottom if we need, slight pause. But as we come up, we want to be really purposeful with the quad contraction. So as we stand up here, look at this, I'm going to think about contracting my quads to lock those legs out. The only time we wouldn't want to do that if there's pain associated with that lockout. Otherwise, resist the band, squeeze your quads, full lockout before controlling that descent into your next rep. Full lockout, maximum quad squeeze, and control your descent. I'm getting a lot of VMO right now, bit of vastus lateralis too, so those outside quads, and nothing through the knee. Really great if you've got patellar tendonitis or this kind of issue. So you've got two options there. You've got holding it or doing reps, but give this one a go and hopefully your knees feel better. Boom.